This is the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. I've had it for 3 months now, and I gotta say, while it's a good phone, I wish this was the Z Fold Special Edition that Samsung unveiled, and it's only like limited in, I think, Korea. It's not available worldwide. That should have been this phone right here. But I want to start things off with design. I have gotten used to the cover display, even though I'd like to have a more conventional cover display. It's a little wider and like the OnePlus Open or the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. It would have been nice to have that, but it's not here. You get used to it. That's whatever. I like the flattened sides. This is, out of the 3 foldables I've used, OnePlus Open, Pixel 9 Pro Fold, and this feels the most premium in terms of build quality. The sides are flattened just like the S24 series. The device in hand, it feels really great to hold. And while these flattened sides for some may feel a little sharp at times, the general look and aesthetic of this phone screams premium in my opinion. I think Fold 6 also feels very light in the hand compared to the other two. I don't know the exact weights of all 3 put side by side, but this one really does feel light and easy to hold in the hand. So I just wanted to put that out there. The inner display is also really nice. It gets super bright and super vivid. Now here's the thing, it still has that crease and yeah, you can feel it, but it really honestly doesn't get in the way of how you use the phone on a day-to-day basis. I'm just talking about it because some people do want to ask that question, and here's my answer. On a day-to-day, I don't think about it. It doesn't get in the way when I run my finger across the display. It doesn't bother me at all. The one thing I wish Samsung didn't continue with the Z Fold 6 is this UDC, the under display camera. Just put a regular front-facing camera, have better quality. This one I don't use because it's potato quality. I think the Z Fold Special Edition has a regular camera because they know that this quality right here isn't the greatest, and you're paying for a premium, you're putting a premium price tag on this and expecting people to buy this, but then you have potato inner display camera. It's not the greatest. Now, I did notice something about the speakers, and maybe it could be me, and it's been like this for the past 3 months. They don't seem as loud as the OnePlus Open. I haven't done a full-on like speaker test type of thing, but I don't know. They could have sounded a little bit louder, in my opinion, as a foldable. But I mean, I've gotten used to it. I just wanted to also put that out there. Performance, though, has been phenomenal, as to expect from Samsung and the Z Fold 6. It's no slouch. It's got the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, 12 gigs of RAM, and half a terabyte of storage. Now, again, I would have liked to see 16 gigs of RAM, maybe more. And because for me, I think a foldable is like an ultra device. You don't need to put the ultra moniker in the name, but that's just how I view foldables, and it may not be true for a lot of people, but for me, that's just what I would have liked to see. Just ultra specs, the best of the best in everything that a foldable could offer. But on a day-to-day basis, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is already that chipset. It's the best of the best, although in 2025, Snapdragon 8 Elite is coming, and it's actually coming very quickly to smartphones right now in like the next month or two, S25 series in the next couple months, and then I'm sure Z Fold 7 will also come equipped with Snapdragon 8 Elite. But that shouldn't kind of sway you away from not picking this up because it has an 8 Gen 3. It still is a phenomenal chipset. Everything I've thrown at it, and I've watched lots of YouTube videos. I've multitasked with this. I play Clash of Clans. I use it for Twitter, Threads, Instagram, Gmail, Google Chrome, calling, texting, all that stuff. It has performed without any issues whatsoever. I'm still waiting for One UI 7. It still hasn't come out. The beta isn't even available yet, so I'm impatiently waiting for that, and I can't wait. Once the beta does come out, I will be installing it on the Z Fold 6, so definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because a video on that will be coming whenever One UI 7 does come out. And also, our goal is 45,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. I think we can make it. We're almost there. We're, at the time of this recording, I'm almost at 42,000 subscribers. Maybe by the time this video is uploaded, we might be past 42K. But my goal is 45,000. It's been a really great year. It's been a really great past 2 months as I've been doing this full time as of right now, at least, going to my 3rd full month as making tech videos here on YouTube and like on TikTok and Twitter and Threads and all that stuff. So definitely be sure to subscribe and follow on my other socials as well. We're growing the community, and 7 years of software updates on the Z Fold 7. That's a huge plus. So if you're gonna hold on to your phone for 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 years, I know some people who do, it's going to last really well. Now the cameras, I'll be straightforward. They're good cameras. You know, they're decent cameras. They get the job done. But again, it's just maybe my understanding of what I would like to have a foldable be is Ultra, the best of the best. Put in the same camera setup as the Galaxy S24 Ultra, and we could have called it a day. We could have easily said this is the best foldable camera setup ever. Now, it's still fairly decent. It has a 50 megapixel main, a 10 megapixel 3X, and a new 12 megapixel ultra wide, and like it gets the job done. Photos and videos, if you want to share on social media, they're decent. I already did discuss about the potato quality camera here, the UDC. I don't use it. I used it once just to try it out, and I'm not going to use it again. If I do use a selfie, if I take selfie photos, it's going to be with the covered display front-facing camera. I'm not using the inner one anymore. But like I said, like I wish the Z Fold 6 had the same camera setup as the S24 Ultra, because look, you're paying for a premium price. This is like $18.99. I'm going to get to price in a little bit. You're paying that premium price for a premium phone, but I don't think you're getting premium cameras. So that's what I have to say about cameras. And here's what I also see about with foldables. I don't think anyone who's really into cameras, like if that's their top priority, they're not going to go pick up a foldable anyway. Now the battery life is pretty good. It's been decent the past 3 months, but I gotta say this OnePlus Open and Pixel 9 Pro Fold have performed a little bit better. It has a 4,400 milliamp hour battery, which I don't really think it's the largest battery in a foldable, and I don't really care how thin it is. I want it can be a little bit thicker, as long, like a thicker chassis, as long as it holds that larger physical battery. Now Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is really good with the efficiency of battery and the optimization, but if it had a physically large, like a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, I think this would have been even better battery life. Now, also, the charging speeds aren't the fastest, and I hope Samsung does decide to add 45 watts of charging, for example, like standard with they have with the S24 Ultra. Even though 45 is not the fastest either, just put in 45, maybe 67 watts, I don't know. Put in faster charging, it would make it so much easier. It does have wireless charging, all that stuff, but I mean, the wired charging could have been a little bit faster. But all in all, this device does last me all day. It is like, and I put it to 80%, so it charges up to 80%, and that's kind of where my thing is with my smartphones, 80%, and I'm using it all day. And by the time I go to bed, it's at like 10, 15-ish% with like 6 hours of screen on time. So it's good, but I've seen better foldables. So take it as is. The pricing is $18.99. It's a little harder for me to justify than last year's pricing of $17.99 for the Fold 5. But all in all, it's still a good phone. Now keep in mind, this phone is always going to go on sale, so definitely be sure to check the links in the description down below. Check my YouTube community tab, because there's going to be sales on this. And when there is, I'll be putting it up there so you can find a good price, a good deal for the Z Fold 6. Now here's what I have to say with my final thoughts, wrapping things up. I'm absolutely thrilled with the Z Fold 6, mainly because it's my first foldable from Samsung. I've used the Flip, but not the Fold before. And while Samsung put in good improvements to the Z Fold 6, I still wish the improvements that I wanted to see that they put in the Z Fold Special Edition came into fruition with the Z Fold 6 in the first place, or they just released the Z Fold Special Edition here in the US. Like better cameras, larger battery, larger outer cover display, an actual front-facing camera rather than the UDC. Things like this I would have liked to see, but hopefully next year with the Z Fold 7. Anyway, that's been it from me. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, definitely be sure to check out my latest wallpaper pack. It's called Illusions 2.0. Links will be in the description down below. And definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment down below your thoughts, comments, opinions, whatever it is. And best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel out a lot and will help push my content out to more people. That's been it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next video.